Hello guys, welcome to this third video and last video of this series of 3 where we explain modal verbs. In the last 2 videos we explain all modal verbs and how to use them, and in this last video we're going to explain perfect modals, okay? Now, you may be asking yourself, what is a perfect modal? Well, a perfect modal is a modal verb plus a present perfect verb form. And we usually use them when we want to talk about actions that happened in the past or possibilities in the past. For example, we can use would have, could have, must have, might have, and among others. Would have. Its structure is would have plus a verb in past participle. We use this perfect modal when we want to talk about an action that we would do differently from another person. For example, I would have sacked Susan. Somebody sacked Susan, and we are expressing that we wouldn't have done that, that we would have acted differently, okay? Now, could have. Its structure is could have plus a verb in past participle or couldn't have plus a verb in past participle. We use this perfect model when we want to talk about an action that a person could do in the past, but at the end he or she didn't do it. For instance, he could have written the email, but he went to sleep. He had the ability to do that, to write the email, but at the end he didn't do this action. Okay? Now, should have. Its structure is should have plus a verb in past participle or shouldn't have plus a verb in past participle. We use this perfect model when we want to talk about an action that a person did not do, but we think it was a good idea or the correct action. Okay? An example of this is he should have bought Bitcoin in 2008. It's an action that he did not do, but we think it was a good idea. Okay?
There are also other perfect modal formations, such as must have, might have, and cannot have. They are used to talk about certainty about something, to express an opinion about something, and also to express a past possibility. So, in the case of must have, it is used to express your certainty about a situation that happened when you were not present, but you still are certain that that situation happened. Its formation is with the modal verb must and the present perfect tense. So, must have been, for example. And if you want to use it in a sentence, you can use, for example, he must have been the person who committed the crime. It would be a good example for must have. In the case of might have, it is used to talk about possibilities, but in the past, since the perfect present tense is the one that is utilized. Its formation is with the modal verb might and the perfect present tense. One example of this formation would be he might not have received the email since he is not here, because you're talking about a possibility that occurred in the past. And finally, in the case of cannot have, it is utilized when, in your opinion or in the reality, there's not a single possibility that something happened in the past. So, it is a hypothetical or a real situation that didn't happen, that you're completely certain that didn't happen. Its formation is with the negative form of the modal verb can, so it is cannot or can't, and the perfect present tense. One example of this might be he cannot have finished the university since he's a kid. For example, that would be a good use of cannot have. And with that, we will be finishing this mini course to masterize modal verbs and perfect modal verbs. Soon we will be sending a material for evaluation to see if you gain some new knowledge about this branch of the English, and let us know if there are some doubts, some questions. We'll be completely open to answer. We'll be completely happy to answer your doubts. And that will be it for this course. Stay tuned for more content, for more educational English content. And bye bye.